we're going to Randazzo's.
Naturally.
Right?
I love it.
And mom's 102. And my brother had my mom to Cody's baseball. He plays baseball for Ocean City. And my 102-year-old mom was out in the stands.
Of course she was.
Rooting on her grandson, Cody. So, Mom, look, I got to tell you, she's 102 and her memory's a little shot. But Mom, she likes to get out there and do stuff. And that's probably that's why she's probably still around.
Yeah,
she still has passion to do stuff.
Well, my favorite part is that when your mom came out to yesterday's this year for the Eagles pregame.
Yeah. They rolled. My sister rolled her in the wheelchair,
and she turns to you during the one break. She's like, "What are you doing?
What's all this?"
Right? It was so funny. I could not laugh because it was like it. It was totally a moment of, all right, yep, that's Billy's mom.
Yeah, she's something. Now, Andrew, what do you got going on for your Mother's Day today? Oh, you got to work.
Yeah, I got to work up in Philly. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to get to celebrate the holiday.
You got a job as an usher for the Eagles, but you also have to work the Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah, so how it works, I'm actually on the merchandise staff. So I got to, sell some T-shirts behind the merch stand for 6 hours. I was there last night, and I am not lying, when from 4:30 to 10:54, there was not a single point when there wasn't at least 7 people in line.
No,
at the minimum. Mostly it was hundreds of people.
Andrew,
it was insane.
Do you get to see the concert, or you can hear it, right?
I can hear it pretty well. During my break, I can. I didn't really, because I just felt my head was like spinning.
Are you a Swiftie at all?
I'm not a huge Swiftie. I don't dislike her music.
I don't listen to a lot of her music. Just because nowadays I just listen to sports radio. To be honest with you, but I listen to Josh. I listen to Mike. But I know my daughter likes her. But Josh, do you know how much it costs for a ticket in the upper level?
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
But I don't know if you saw the video. It came out the other day that the first of the concerts in Philadelphia, because she's doing 3 concerts.
Yep. Yeah. This will be the last night.
But the first one, she took this interlude where she was like, I don't know why people think I'm not an Eagles fan. She's like, I'm from Philly. She's like, I am an Eagles fan.
She sang the national anthem at the Sixers game in 2002.
Because the whole thing, there's a specific lyric in the song where she says something about my Eagles t-shirt.
Right.
And everybody, there was always a thing whether she was talking about the Philadelphia Eagles or the band The Eagles.
Right. So she addressed that.
So last night she's like, guys, I'm from Philly. Obviously it's the team. I love the band, but.
Well, all the Swifties were out last night, and the trepidation, the anxiety level is getting high today, Josh. Game 7 at 3:30. How come the game's not at 7:30?
So the NBA wanted the mid-afternoon slot because remember during the regular season,
right?
The NBA has a lot of their games, Sunday ABC. So it's a partnership slot.
Yeah, but it's Mother's Day. You think everybody's doing things with their moms, and they get it all out of the way, and they get nestled in for the Sixers.
Billy, these sports leagues' egos are larger than this room that we're in right now. The NBA thinks they have playoff games against the NFL draft every year. See how that goes for them?
Yeah.
The NHL thinks that they can go head to head with anybody and they're fine. Baseball's ego is so big that they'll look at Thursday Night Football and tell the NFL to take a long walk on a short pier. These leagues, their egos are so massive. It's like, all right, fine.
And I got to be honest with you, last night, since the playoffs, both for the NHL and NBA have begun, last night there was the Phillies game and there was the Kraken Stars, and that was it.
You didn't watch the XFL Championship?
No, I did not. I did not.
The Fighting Bob
I was like
the Renegades.
I was almost disappointed there wasn't. That was it. There was only 2 choices: Phillies and the Kraken.
I mean, honestly, it worked out for me because I got a nap in before the Phillies game, and then I watched the Phillies game, and then I binge watched the final season of Cobra Kai. So I kind of I killed a lot of birds with one stone there.
All right, we got a big show lined up today. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Tommy Greene, we'll go on the mound with Tommy Greene, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers. Tommy Greene will he'll look back at the Phillies week that was, and he'll preview today's game, and then we'll talk. Obviously, the Sixers will dominate a lot of the conversation. We'll talk a little Eagles, but yesterday, Josh, we didn't get our flyers in. I want to address a couple things, especially what John Tortorella said at the press conference yesterday.
Sure,
and we'll do that in the second hour. Full disclosure, Josh, you realize the reason why I'm growing a beard is because the intern Andrew Leeds and Danny Ryan, the other part of the youth movement producer, both have beards. So the deal is that if the Sixers win today, both Andrew and Danny have to shave their beards
Now,
if they win.
Now here's the deal. So Andrew, I want to turn this to you.
Of course.
Because
Wait, let me finish it. And
Yeah.
if they lose, I get to shave this. And by the way, I don't know how people like beards. I have facial hair. My face itches. I'm always playing with it. But I want the Sixers to win. I'm ready for misery for another 2 weeks.
Well, I mean, you need some exfoliating stuff. That's what you need there. But let me turn this to Andrew, because Andrew, the audience knows, if anybody's listened to sports talk radio long enough, they know that when there's a bet made on the radio,
right,
that there's always two sides to the story. So, Andrew, give your side of this beard on, beard off situation.
So, for those who know me for the last, it's been 6 years. I have not had a clean shaven face since before the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and I've always liked the beard. I liked how it looked, but there has always been a part of me where there's like, I wish I could shave for 5 minutes and it instantly grow back. Because I don't know.
He hasn't seen
I
his
don't
adult
know what
face.
my adult face looks like, Josh. I could be completely ugly. I could be the handsomest man alive. I don't know, because I got this beard that's thick. So, that's why it's like, if the Sixers win, I'm willing to do that, because it gives me, I don't want to make the decision. That's the thing. I don't want to make the decision to shave my beard.
Okay.
Well, see,
because then if it looks bad, then I'm going to regret it. Now I don't have a choice.
I think Andrew, this is a big deal for Andrew, because like he said, he's had the beard for a while.
Right.
Where I despise facial hair. So this bet is a perfect bet, because we're both going to have to sacrifice. Because I want the Sixers to win, despite the fact that I can't stand this beard. I want the Sixers to win.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm willing to leave this go, as you're willing to shave it.
Yeah, I want to shave my
That's
beard.
how it's
I want that.
That's how important it is to us, right?
And, yeah, but the thing is nice that now if they lose, hey, I get a little consolation prize. I don't have to shave. That's nice, I guess. I get something out of them losing.
Now, full disclosure, I thought about this yesterday, Josh.
Yes.
When I blamed the Sixers losing to the Celtics in Game 6 on the fact that I didn't get a chance to bet, because I did my part. I bet $100 on Game 4. I bet $50 on Game 5. I have nothing left in my account.
The fact that you think that you have an impact on
I
the
do.
game.
I'm a jinx.
Everybody has a direct impact on the game, Josh.
Yeah, I have a direct impact on the game. So guess what? I did my part. Now it's up to the Sixers to win one game without me doing something.
Without you doing the heavy lifting.
Right, without me doing the heavy lifting.
Yeah, because you've done so much work up to this point. You've been on that court running up and down.
Do you see his face, Josh? Do you see what his face
looks like? By the way, we're streaming on my YouTube channel. Go to the website, thelockerroombillyschweim.com. And you scroll down, you go right to the YouTube channel. You can see us right there. You can see the and I'm gray as it can be.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's
because you're also not me and Andrew's ages, it's understandable.
Well, you have gray. You have a little gray coming in.
I got some gray spots in my goatee. Yeah,
he's all red.
I have like the 1-2 gray.
Andrew looks like Grizzly Adams. Do you even know who Grizzly Adams is?
A little bit. I do know the Happy Gilmore reference where, oh yeah, and Grizzly Adams had a beard. And then the one golfer's like, Grizzly Adams did have a beard. And he's like, whatever. And runs away, shoot him at Gavin.
I thought you were going to say, the only Adams is Dan Adams, because we're close to the, life,
by the way,
Beach Patrol season.
Look at you, Josh. Perfect segue. Next week, we're going to start our Beach Patrol report that we do throughout every summer here.
I'm a professional, Billy.
Yeah,
I'm a
professional. Pretty good.
Professional segue.
Next week, we're going to start off this year. We're going to be joined with Jack Brooks is going to be with us throughout the summer. And John McShane, of course, he's a mainstay through the Beach Patrol report. We're going to start that in earnest next week, the Beach Patrol report, and we'll talk to a few Chiefs, and we'll get some racers in these races. Josh, you've been around them now for some time. These athletes are top-notch athletes, and they also protect and save lives here at the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I think that for those who don't know the area that well, they don't understand how entrenched and how much of a part of the fabric of the culture for some of these towns.
Yeah.
This is, as someone who lived half my life in Sea Isle, the McCanns and everybody involved with the Beach Patrol in Sea Isle, it's like part of the fabric of the town. You look at it, you mentioned, John McShane, Jack Brooks over in Ocean City, Dan Adams, you have one every year with Longport.
Yep.
So it's like, these people become Eric Wolf at Avalon. These guys become synonymous for people. And I think it's a huge part of the conversation. And listen, it is May 14th. It is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. But Mother's Day is also kind of the tent pole. It's kind of like the marker for you approaching Memorial Day weekend, which is the start of the summer season.
And we want to welcome back to the one of our advertisers, local gym in Ocean City, Pat Carr, and the rest of the staff down there are back with us this summer. And we're looking for we're going to have a great summer. And the Phillies won last night. Ranger Suarez looked pretty good. And
he was all right.
Well, he was okay.
I mean, he was also pitching in Colorado, so I can't hold that against him. By the way, we need to ask Tommy about that.
We will.
Because, Tommy can give us some real detail about what it's like to pitch in a place like Coors Field that is so different than the rest of the league.
Okay. First hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection, professional settlement services for home buyers, sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing of the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Folks, I'm here to tell you about Lavari Seafood Bar and Grill, located on Route 50 and Tuckahoe Road in Petersburg, just 8 minutes over Ocean City's 34th Street Bridge. It's an old school bar, 18 big screen TVs, daily specials. They're open every day at 11 a.m., celebrating 15 years in business. Go down there and say hello to the bartenders, Renee and Kim. Every Thursday night is wing night, $1 wings, $2.50 domestic drafts. They have live music every Friday night. If you want to book a private party, give Dave Lavari a call at 609-628-2225. When we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room. Billy Schweim, Josh Hennig, and the intern Andrew Leeds right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers Celtics Game 7 later today on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
Tatum, outside right, 5 to shoot, fires for 3, ball game. A 3-point shot.
It's Sixers playoff basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey, 97.3 ESPN. The Sixers are in Boston to take on the Celtics. Coverage begins at 3 p.m.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Give your small business one tech solution that checks all the boxes. It's all here with the Comcast Business Complete Connectivity Solution. It's cyber threat security for peace of mind. Check. The power of the largest, fastest, reliable network for small business. That's a triple box check right there. And save up to 75% a year on your wireless bill with Comcast Business Mobile. Check and cha-ching. It's everything you need to keep your business connected. From the company powered by the next generation 10G network, the complete connectivity solution. Get started for just $49 a month for 12 months when you add mobile, and ask about an $800 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 5/21/23. Restrictions apply. Requires 2-year agreement, EcoBill, and autopay. New 100 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Compares weighted average of top 3 carriers. Taxes and fees extra. Reduced speeds after use of monthly data. Savings vary.
You're listening to The Locker Room. 90.
We're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwan, Josh Hennig, co-hosting today. And, of course, the intern Andrew Leeds pushing the buttons. A little role reversal. But, Josh, it's good to have you in on a Sunday, a Mother's Day Sunday. And 609-403-0973 is the text board. If you want us to send people can send a happy Mother's Day message to their mom. We'll read it on the air.
Well, we'll read it. I can't guarantee their mother's listening.
And what the Sixers need to do to win today.
Yeah, speaking of that, actually, we already got a text from Dan from EHC saying today's Sixers game is all about which team loves their moms more.
609-403-0973. But I do want to start off with the Philadelphia Phillies, who now are 20-19. They're in the winning column now.
Yep.
And I got to tell you, Josh, I was impressed with. I watched the whole game. I thought Ranger Suarez pitched well. He threw like I think 72 pitches. He gave up 3 runs, but they're in Colorado, and not bad. I didn't think it was a bad start. Now you kind of were like indifferent, but I thought for him just for his first appearance this year, I thought he looked pretty good.
Yeah, for his first appearance, I get it. It's not bad. I just think that it's hard to judge a guy when they're in Colorado because it's Colorado. It's the place where pitchers' hopes and dreams typically go to die. So for me, I was just happy to see him out there.
And Bryson Stott laid down that perfect bunt last night, and I'd like to see.
Yeah, you would be all about that.
No, I like. Do you not like to see that? Like when you have players that execute like that, and I don't know if that was he did that on his own or he was given a signal, but the fact that he laid it down in a perfect spot, that shows that they're exhausting every avenue they can to win a game.
Listen, I'm cool with it because they're finding ways to win. You know me, I'm a big believer in that. I'm a big believer in the teams that typically win championships are the teams that find ways to win when everybody else doesn't. So to me, that's kind of like where my focus is with that.
Yeah. Bryce Harper, is he unbelievable? I mean, we said this yesterday. The guy he's like better than I ever thought he would be, and I think he's worth every penny of his contract.
Yeah, which is it's a lot to say when he's getting paid as much as he is, but I think
you could argue every stinking penny.
You could argue that's like a team-friendly deal when you see the other deals that are getting passed around now 3 years later.
How about Hennig? What he's going to get?
He's going to break everybody's bank. He's not going to break the bank. He's going to break everyone's
It could be the first contract with a B in it. So
I don't know if it'll be that big,
probably
but I do think that Harper got what $330 million. I think it was
over 13 years.
Yeah, I think Ohtani's probably gonna get 600
at least. Yeah,
I think it's gonna be 10 years, 600. The problem with Ohtani is, and Bill, I know that you're somebody who always is wary of people with injuries.
Right.
Ohtani's been injured a couple times already in his career. Once with his throwing arm. So he couldn't pitch for a while,
which isn't good because he's a pitcher.
And then once with the other shoulder, not the throwing shoulder, but the other shoulder. So he had trouble batting for a while. So, would you be wary of giving Ohtani all that money, knowing he already has an injury?
I'm always wary of that, but I guess they're prisoners to that. They have no choice.
Yeah, and I think when it is a player as special as Ohtani, you kind of have to make that risk. I mean, especially if you're a team. I don't know, like the Angels, if you want to bring him back, like you need to keep all the stars you can get. So even with those risks, I think that you bring him back.
And I want to make a point here. If it wasn't for Nick Castellanos, this team would be the guy's on fire. And remember how last year he was kind of maligned because of some of the things that he said, his body language, he wasn't producing and I don't think he was a fan favorite.
People hated him.
This year he's completely turned it around. The
Listen,
man's on fire.
I'm glad to hear you bring this up, Billy, because I think there's a lot of people who talked a lot of smack last year about Castellanos.
We ripped him a little bit, but we weren't like trying to run him out of town.
Yeah, but you know who I'm talking about. There are people out there who literally hated this guy's guts.
Right.
Yeah.
And you've heard nothing from those people since. And I just want to say congratulations to Billy Schwein for being a real man and willing to bring up the fact that Castellanos was a hated man previously.
He was.
Yeah.
You got to be honest, right?
Yeah.
Call balls and strikes the way you see him, Andrew.
Yeah. And I don't think he was ever hated to the degree of, let's say, like a Nelson Aguilar was, or even like, a Jalen Reagor, but he was definitely
Well, that was also,
disliked.
keep in mind, guys, it was also tamped down because of the World Series run.
That's
Had they
true.
not going on the run, I think the ire of the fans would have been a lot more, directed at him.
Especially if he made big mistakes in the
How about that? He's
postseason.
been playing great in the field.
He was
Did you
definitely.
see the catch he made the other night?
Now, of course, a couple weeks ago, he had a horrible play in the outfield.
Well, I don't care. He made up for it in the play that he made.
We like him now, Josh. We're talking about the good.
Listen, I think he was hated a little bit more than you were giving him the grading for it, because
He was. He was. People were
honestly, I think that in the pantheon of Philly sports hate, if Ben Simmons is number one, like I think we all can agree, Ben Simmons is like the number one most hated man
at least in the
recent
last
years. I mean, Castellanos is at least in the top 5 at worst.
But that's all gone by the wayside. He's literally
it's all gone now.
He's literally put this team on his back. I mean, he's batting .325, Josh, and he's been consistent. He's been the star of the game like 3 times. Did you see the other day that he didn't want to? He tried to the post game interview. He tried to position himself so he wouldn't get water thrown on him. And they came out. Two guys came out.
My favorite was the other day when Sosa and the translator they get on the headset. I think it was Thursday, whatever day game it was. The day they beat the Blue Jays in extra innings.
Right.
What was that? Thursday, Wednesday.
Those
Wednesday.
Wednesday was the 4 o'clock.
And so the translator literally gets on the headset and says, "Give me a heads up." And McCarthy thought that he was talking to him about, "Let me know when you're ready to come to me."
Mm-hmm.
But Crucker figured out that he was asking for a heads up of when Marsh was coming with the water, and they had water prepared to throw in Marsh's face. And Marsh was so mad that they got him. And it was so funny because, Kruk literally told him, it was like, "Here he comes," out of nowhere. And they both turn around. They splashed Marsh so they could blast them.
Yeah, the whole daycare thing has been great this year. It's been a true pleasure to see.
And they've been contributing. I mean, look, Bryson Stott, he was kind of in a little bit of a slump. He gets off the schneid last night. He's back up to 280.
Well, it's funny what happens when you put a guy in the spot that he was being successful in. Cough, cough, wink, wink.
And then Brandon Marsh hasn't really, he hasn't been lighting the house on fire, but he went over 3, still batted 300.
Yeah, no, he's been playing great. And I just real quick want to get to this text message from Shaner in EHT saying, first off, does Josh ever leave? And then secondly, Phils look better, but we will need one more horse to make it work long term. What you think, fellas?
And by the way, it was Shaner.
That was Shaner in EHT.
Shaner won the tickets to the Phillies game, I believe. I don't know if it's today or next week.
I believe it's the 21st.
21st, Tom Jackson. But
Tom
Josh,
Jackson's
isn't it?
Sons Electrical,
Josh,
they're number one.
Ding.
Sorry, I got
By the
distracted.
way,
What were you saying?
He loves that too, by the way. Every time I call Tommy Jackson, I don't say hello. I just start singing. Call Tom Jackson. And they Sons for Electrical, they're number one. Ding. But Josh, it's this is what, like, as long as the Phillies keep pace. I mean, you get the Braves at 25-14, and then the Phillies are in second place now at 20-19, 5 games behind the Braves. But this is not panic. I mean, they're not setting the world on fire, but they're keeping pace.
Yeah, I think the Phillies, they're using this time to kind of find themselves, get back from injury. Remember, they started the year, no Harper, no Ranger Suarez. I mean, they were down guys, important guys. And you could argue that the guys playing the World Baseball Classic probably hurt this team's chemistry to start the year as well.
You think?
Absolutely. JT Realmuto is your starting catcher. With this new pitch clock, he said it himself. He said, I wasn't used to the pace of the game for the first few games. Well, guess what? Guess who pitched one of the first few games? Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola takes a long time. You don't think that the catcher-pitcher dynamic was affected?
But the catcher can hold the ball. He doesn't have to throw it back right away.
They
Clock doesn't start till the pitcher catches the ball.
Yeah, but the umpire's watching the catcher. I mean, for goodness sake, they
Yeah.
threw JT out of a spring training game for how he looked for a ball, for goodness sake. You think JT Realmuto wants to risk holding the ball?
By the way,
too
wait,
long?
I know we got to go to break real quick, but so my daughter goes to Christ the King in Haddonfield.
Sure.
And I had to drop her off at her friend's house the other day because the parents were going to take her to school. JT Realmuto lives right around the corner from them.
Oh, wow.
So I know where she's going to go trick-or-treating this year. All right. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Don't forget to give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. There's a new wind blowing in Maserati, the main line. The all-new Maserati Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. And I spoke with Michael Pileggi yesterday. Michael was at the service for his cousin Gary Bondana. He was telling us how hot the Gregale is. He said it's a really sharp car. Now, I haven't gone up there recently, but I got to get up there and check that car out. Stop by Maserati, the main line, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With class-leading space and advanced driving and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the all-new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give them a call at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. Ask for Michael Pileggi to schedule your test drive today. When we return, we'll go on the mound with Tommy Greene. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Here's what you missed on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
I think it's a pick'em game, but this is to me where Doc, as a coach and his staff, their money will be earned over the next 24 hours. Not when the game starts. How do you get the mindset of your team ready to go to battle in a seventh game? That's what's going to be most telling.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Weekday mornings at 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again and again. Calling again and again.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details.
Attention all homeowners. Do you know when to replace your windows? Feeling too hot or cold? It's time to replace. Fog between the glass. Time to replace. Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's definitely time to replace. If you've put off replacing windows in your home because it's too expensive, here's great news. You can now get a free in-home window consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen, the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. And right now you can save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. Just text PLACE to 200-300 for your free consultation on top quality affordable windows or patio doors for $0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for a year. That's right, you don't pay a dime for an entire year. Plus save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text PLACE to 200-300 right now. Text the word PLACE to 200-300. Don't wait, text PLACE to 200-300.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Josh Hennig, and the intern Andrew Leeds pushing the buttons today. We've been talking Phillies baseball, and the Phillies, of course, finished their series in Colorado at 3:10 today, first pitch. The Phillies are in the win column now. They're 20 wins, 19 losses, and every Sunday we get to go on the mound with Tommy Greene, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers. A longtime partner of the Philadelphia Phillies, reminding you not to drink and drive and to always have a designated driver. Designated hitters win games. Designated drivers save lives. Take the Hero Pledge today at herocampaign.org. And remember to be a hero. Be a designated driver. Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome in former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene. Good morning, Tommy.
What's up, Billy? How y'all guys doing?
Tommy, I know this is May, and if my memory serves me correctly, something really big happened to you in the month of May, I believe, in 1991.
Oh, that was just a few years ago. It's hard to. I'm so old now, I can't half remember.
Tommy, tell us what it was like. Like, I guess you get to the 7th inning and the players start realizing that you're 3 innings, you're pitching well. You're 3 innings away from maybe a possible no-hitter because I believe you walked somebody, but
I walked a ton.
Yeah, but yeah, you walked a ton. But I mean, people don't want to. They don't want to get near you. They don't want to talk to you, right?
Well, I mean, they sort of give the pitcher their space anyway while they're on the bench. But in Montreal that day, the bench is the dugout is not a big dugout, and the relievers are in the dugout too. It's just a little partition separating the regular bench and the bullpen. So everything's all together, and there's not a lot of room. So I mean, I just had my little spot where I sat at every inning, and just did my normal thing. They leave you alone. They sort of give you room when things started materializing more during the course of the game. You could feel, and I noticed. I was like, I had more space. They give you more space.
Well, Tommy, are there pitchers that like people to interact with them? I mean, everybody's different. Are there like who? Did Dutch Dalton continue to talk to you? I mean, it wasn't normal, right? It wasn't normal in there.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much. I mean, if there's something go on, me and Dutch would talk. I mean, but pretty much, I mean, in between innings, you're pretty much decompressing just a touch. I mean, just to kind of come down and relax a little bit. And but as far as I'm concerned, with me, I didn't mind people talk. Me having the communication with somebody, talking kind of broke the. You need to break the intensity. Yeah. I did. Yeah. To kind of settle down a little bit and breathe, and you talk with the trainer or you do what you need to do. I mean, especially if you got a hot day on that turf in the vet. I mean, it was like 95 degrees out and you're pitching an afternoon game, and I mean, that ammonia water we used to have, crushed ice and put a little ammonia on the towel. I mean, in the water, and you soak the towel, put it over your head, man. There was nothing better to bring you back to life, a little bit. And the trainer was a godsend for that, So, I mean, it kind of brought you back. And, I was one of those that talk. You know me, Billy. Yeah. Me and you are sort of after the same mold.
Well, I don't know, though. I've seen you, Tommy, I've seen you on the golf course, and you're all business, man.
Well, hey, there's time when you cross the white lines, you have to put up or shut up. Yeah, so you have to go. Yeah. So I treat golf like I did pitching a little bit. You go back there. I mean, I try to repeat my actions. Yeah. So if I got something good going, I'm trying to do that.
All right. So Ranger Suarez was on the hill last night, and what did you see out of Ranger? What did you like? What did you think he still needs to work on? I mean, I think he went forward.
Well, I didn't get a chance to really look at him like I needed to, by what I was gathering, because I was at a function or a get together last night, and when things were going on. But what I gathered, the way he was talking, I mean, he's to me, he's not quite where he needs to be. Anytime you start giving up, I mean, he gave up quite a bit of doubles, extra base hits, and seven hits in 4 innings. I mean, that means you got a lot of base runners on. So the good thing to come out of it, he got tested, and he got tested out there. I mean, at the big league level, he gets to a little bit, no matter if you pitched there or not, and whatever games you pitched in, you still get a little, the adrenaline gets going a little bit more, and, to calm his nerves a little bit, and then they'll get back in the saddle again, hopefully come off this outing. He threw 70 some pitches where hopefully his arm, bounces back and does what he's been doing, because no matter you get up, it's a different thing pitching in games. The intensity of pitching in a game like that, back in the big leagues, the adrenaline gets going a little bit. It's sort of like spring training a little bit. You kind of extend a little bit. We just hope. I just hope everything comes out. He having a good day today and tomorrow, especially. Come off of that second day soreness, depending on what kind of guy he is. His soreness and stuff is, getting over it. But the positive thing come out of that, he didn't relinquish the lead. We got the lead early. He left the game. It was a 4-3 game. Kudos to the bullpen coming in and doing what they needed to do. And the big homer by Bryce, man, it was huge.
Hey, Tommy, this is Josh. I wanted you to give the audience a better understanding of why, for a pitcher, a place like Colorado is difficult, because one of the things they were mentioning last night was about, hey, for a Ranger coming back in a place like Colorado is not like playing in the rest of the league.
Oh, no. I mean, because the ball doesn't seem to do what you're accustomed to it doing. I can speak for myself as far as, the slider doesn't break, like you quite want it to. So you have to start it in a different area, for it to take the break that it's taking, so, instead of being able to throw, like a 0 count slider, I used to go basically because I threw more of a true slider. I used to, pretty much Dutch would sit probably, just if there's a right-handed batter, he used to sit towards the outer half of the plate, shading that way, that way I could start it pretty much down the center of his body, and break it, break it to more towards his right knee a little bit. And that put it more on the corner a little bit, but it was catching the outer half of the plate, so, and a lot of guys don't want to swing at that. Now in Colorado, that break doesn't take there. You got to move it more from the middle outer half to the outer half, get it out there a little bit more for it to take the break a little bit, so it catches the part of the white on the corner right there a little bit more. You're not trying to be too fine 0-0 or something like that, but it doesn't quite break like it should. But if you ask me the key to pitching, and it's pretty much key to pitching in the big leagues, but the key to pitching in Colorado a little bit more, and I tended to have a little bit of success out there because I pitched there when it was a minor leagues, and then it went to the big leagues, and I always tended to pitch okay there. Is you have to pitch inside. You have to pitch inside with your fastball. You can't have those guys leaning out over the plate for that off-speed pitch out there or whatever that you're trying to hit, because the ball does go. It's like you're like playing with a Titleist out there a little bit. It stays in the air forever once it's hit. So, you have to learn how to pitch that. The ball doesn't, the sinker quite doesn't. You sinker balls, you got to be down in the zone. You can't be, trying to throw it down in the middle of the plate, thigh high for it to dive down. It's not. You got to start it a little further down and for it to do things. Same thing with the breaking ball. So, you got to pitch. I mean, you got to start it a little. You got to be a little more aggressive away. With those a little bit so it takes the break and staying out of the middle of the plate because they got a tendency to stay there a little bit. It doesn't quite move like you're accustomed to. But, then you come back to reality to the East Coast or, get out of the altitude a little bit and the ball starts moving all over the place again. And you have to get used to stuff like that. I mean, if you got that type of movement. Now, Ranger does. He's got some movement that does things. But, I look forward to him. It's all about him coming off this. He threw 75 pitches or so. It's coming back off and to be able to give us those innings we need now. For that starter, we need him to be able to go at least 6 innings. And the pitch count be up there for him to be able to do that.
Hey, Tommy Greene, this is Andrew. So we were talking earlier on the show about Nick Castellanos and the season that he's been having, turning around from last year.
Yeah.
And I remember I asked you, I think it was like 5 games into the season, about how you thought about his improvement, and you reminded me that it is early. We got to check in, a month's time, see how he's playing. And so now I want to see what your thoughts on how he's been keeping that up, especially in the field. What are your thoughts on Nick Castellanos so far this season?
Well, I mean, it speaks for itself a little bit. He's hitting 300. I mean, or over 300.
325.
Yeah, I mean, so the past week he's hitting 300. So I mean, he's doing it kind of week in and week out now, and that's all. That's the model of consistency, and that's what you want especially your big guys that you're paying good money to be able to do is week in and week out. I mean, it's tough to hit 300 in the big leagues. You got to give him a lot of credit. He's doing a lot of positive things, and being that guy. And especially since Bryce was out, and now that he's in, Bryce is swinging the bat. You can't ask for anything more than what he's doing, swinging the bat.
Talk about worth Tommy. Talk about worth every penny. Bryce Harper's he's just showing that he's truly the MVP. How about last night? The Rockies pitcher Ryan Feltner was beamed in the head. Speaking of Nick Castellanos, he hit a shot right off the pitcher's head. Tommy, for a pitcher. Does that you ever? Obviously, that can happen, but is that in your mind at all?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, as far as being gun shy, or I've had a few balls come back at me. I kind of felt by my ear, or something like that. You feel the wind go by. It was that close. It was hit that hard. You can't get your glove up in time. And I've been hit. A one hop lean you off the foot, or a line drive off the arch of my foot, and then a one hop line drive that bounces right in front of the mound. They hit it just as hard as they could, and they come up and hit me right below my kneecap, and I got lucky. That was in the minor leagues. I got really lucky. It hit me where they check your reflex, and went in the stands in Rochester, like behind home plate. It went the opposite way, all the way up in the top of the stands, and you get hit hard like that. I can't. I didn't never gun shy away something like that because I never got hit in the head. I've had to come in. I come into San Francisco when I was playing for Atlanta. I was in the bullpen, and Pete Smith was pitching for Atlanta. And I don't know if you remember Old Candlestick, how far the dugouts were from the mound.
Yeah.
They were forever. Pete Smith threw a pitch to a guy who was following through, and the guy hit a line drive, and it hit him right above his right ear, up on his head, and went directly over the dugout, or third base dugout, into the stands about 20 rows up. That's how far it went. And it cut him. They had to take him out of the game. Who's the guy that come into the game? Me. So something like that, you see that happen. It's stay out of the middle of the plate.
Right.
It's sort of like every time I see Milt Thompson, I was like, and if I'm facing Milt Thompson, he knows I'm coming in on him because I'm not throwing him a ball out over the plate, out or half or somewhere right there to where he was taught and how to hit. He stays up the middle with everything, and he hits line drives everywhere. You got to know who you're dealing with sometimes, You start getting out over the plate, guys that are really good contact hitters that got a little bit of thump. You start letting them get extended like that. You're playing with danger. Now, you see the balls that come up the middle; they're pretty much out of half of the plate. Yeah. And it's where the hitters are taught to stay up the middle and stay to right center. So when that stuff happens, it's a ball that probably more so has gotten over the middle of the plate too much, which, I mean, that's going to happen. You just hope it don't hit you in the forehead or anything like that.
Well, last night, Castellanos' reaction was pretty telling. He knew he got him good. We're going on the mound with Tommy Greene, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers. Today, Aaron Nola against Freeland. Nola is settled in. He's like 3-2 with a 4.44 ERA. What do you think of Aaron Nola's his game so far this year? How he's pitched?
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, it's just like obviously everybody sort of cut off. I mean, to a slow start a little bit. Except the young guys really in the rotation kind of picked us up a little bit, gave us a chance to win some ball games early, and even though we didn't win them. But the big boys have kind of righted the ship a little bit and have trended in the right direction. And it's like we talk about all the time. When we start talking about them, I don't want to talk about too much. I want to leave well enough alone. Let them keep trending in the right direction where they're going. And the key to Aaron has always been his fastball command, which opens up the other things for his secondary pitches. Is that's that great breaking ball and obviously the changeup and stuff that he has. That's real well. And he's added the cutter a little bit. I call it a cut slider, but it is what it is. He's trending in the right direction. And the positive thing, I was looking at things this morning to look, Vic, you look at this past week, the pitching staff walked 6 guys, I think, during the week.
Yeah. And that's how you win.
So that's, you're keeping runners off base, especially. So like Ranger last night, he walked 1 guy,
right,
but he gave up 7 hits. What if he walked like 4 guys and he gives up the hits?
Yeah.
Then you're in trouble. You start giving up runs more. So that's the key they talk about walks. That's a huge thing.
All right, Tommy, it's Mother's Day. Tell all the mothers that you know and love, happy Mother's Day from us. And we really appreciate talking to you every Sunday on the mound with Tommy Greene, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers. Thanks, Tommy.
You got it, guys. Looking forward to seeing you next week.
All right, there he is, Tommy Greene on the Maserati of the main line. On the mound with Tommy Greene is brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers, a longtime partner of the Philadelphia Phillies, reminding you not to drink and drive and to always have a designated driver. Designated hitters win games. Designated drivers save lives. Take the Hero Pledge today at herocampaign.org, and remember to be a hero. Be a designated driver. All right, the first hour of the locker was powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Hey, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweim, Josh Hennig, and the intern Andrew Leeds right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This week on Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN Radio.
At the track, at the wall, gone!
It's interleague action at Fenway Park.
Paul Goldschmidt goes yard.
Red Hot Paul Goldschmidt leads the St. Louis Cardinals into Boston to face Raffy Devers and the Red Sox.
Pitch is hit very well by Devers. Back. Gone!
The Cardinals at the Red Sox. Coverage begins today at 6 Eastern.
This is the play-by-play home of Sunday Night Baseball, exclusively on 97.3 ESPN FM.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
To every woman with a will and a workbench, every mom with a miter saw she's not afraid to use, every daughter with a drill and the drive, to the women who get their nail guns together, the ones who are welding the gap, the same ones who DIY like no one's watching. At the Home Depot, we see the potential in you because you see the potential in everything. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
Well, it's a patented key ingredient called testofen. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. It's backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text ROCK to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text ROCK to 321321. That's ROCK to 321321.
Why would someone looking for a mortgage at the Jersey Shore take a loan from a company in Detroit or North Carolina or some other far-off place? Online mortgages promise a lot but don't always deliver. First Bank of Sea Isle City knows the Jersey Shore. We are local lenders. We use local appraisers and provide in-house processing. We understand the unique obstacles of financing in Cape May County. Don't take a chance. Local banking is better. Let us guide you. First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live here at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Josh Hennig coming in on a Sunday.
What's up?
The intern Andrew Leeds pushing the buttons. I want to thank Tommy for going on the mound. Brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign. And Tommy gives us some good insight, Josh, like talking about the ball doesn't spin. Like when you snap the slider or the curveball, you're up there at that high elevation. You're not getting the bite and you're not getting, your pitches don't work as well.
Yeah. And Tommy basically answered my question, which is, you can't judge a guy on their first start in Coors Field or whatever they call the stadium now out there. It's the idea that you have to judge a guy over the course of a season. Like Tommy told you, Andrew, hey, get back to me a month from now about Nick Castellanos, stuff like that.
Right. The Philadelphia Phillies 3:10 start today. We got the Sixers at 3:30.
Yeah, that's some overlap right there.
Yeah. I just wish that Sixers game was at 7:30 tonight.
I'm indifferent. I don't feel
I'm
like
taking
either
my
way.
mom to Randazzo's. I don't want to miss the game.
Well, then tell mom to be done eating by 3:15.
Yeah, see, I kind of like the early game just because I want to know what happens sooner rather than later. I don't want to sit all day.
Matter of fact,
I hope I do.
By the way, maybe you're going to shave the beard. If they win, they'll give you a reprieve. You can wait till the following week to shave it right here in the studio.
Yeah, we could try that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to work on the radio. But
you go, the bathroom.
Oh, you just want me to go? Okay, well, maybe. We'll
So we
see.
can have
no.
All right, first hour is in the books. Hour 2, we're going to dedicate to the Sixers, Josh. I don't feel the enthusiasm today. Why not?
Because you're emotional, Billy.
I don't see it out of either one of you guys.
It's early in the morning.
Yeah, I worked a late night last night.
Did you drink coffee? Do you drink coffee?
No,
Josh,
I'm
you?
running off of vibes.
I have 1 cup of coffee every morning.
All right, well, I'm guaranteed to liven it up next hour. In the locker room, Billy Schwein, Josh Hennig, the intern Andrew Leeds right here 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
It's Sixers Celtics Game 7 later today on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
Tatum, outside right, 5 to shoot, fires for 3, ball game. A 3-point shot.
It's Sixers playoff basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey, 97.3 ESPN. The Sixers are in Boston to take on the Celtics. Coverage begins at 3 p.m.
My little brother's friends have been camped out at our place for 2 days straight. 3. It's because of the Xfinity 10G network. Internet that can handle a house full of screens at once, with basically no interruptions. And it's only getting faster. When I was their age, internet like this was a pipe dream.
You sound like my grandpa.
Please go home.
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, new customers can get 200 megabit per second internet with unlimited data on the next generation Xfinity 10G network for just $25 a month for 2 years with no annual contract. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed.
The waves were muddy and fierce as could be when my lady and I got lost at sea. We tossed and turned and we nearly drowned when my brave little boat went down.
Whoa, 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 no, none of that's true. You haven't had a date in a year or two. The sea was calm and the sky was clear and you crashed right into the pier.
Yeah, fine.
Accidents don't just happen in sea shanties, so Progressive Boat Insurance has you covered. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you can save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Covered subject to policy terms and not available for all boats or in all situations.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play. Stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details.
Attention all homeowners. Do you know when to replace your windows? Feeling too hot or cold? It's time to replace. Fog between the glass. Time to replace. Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's definitely time to replace. If you've put off replacing windows in your home because it's too expensive, here's great news. You can now get a free in-home window consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen, the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. And right now, you can save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. Just text PLACE to 200-300 for your free consultation on top-quality affordable windows or patio doors for $0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for a year. That's right, you don't pay a dime for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text PLACE to 200-300 right now. Text the word PLACE to 200-300. Don't wait. Text PLACE to 200-300.
He was just texting his mom he'd be home soon. He never arrived. She was just telling a friend about her engagement. The wedding didn't happen. He just wanted his friends to hear that one song. They never did. She just wanted to hand her a quick snack. She didn't see the stop sign. Their families just wish they'd decided to just drive. Please don't drive distracted. From the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
Sports is what we do.
You're in your car, you're in your house, you're wherever you are. You're a sports fan.
97.3 ESPN.
Because if you weren't a sports fan, you wouldn't be listening.
WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City. A town square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Red 83!
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Ron Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back here broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio. The locker room with Billy Schwein, Josh Hennig, co-hosting the intern Andrew Leeds pushing the button. It's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Happy Mother's Day to my mom. She's 102 years old. And we're going to take her down to Randazzo's.
Yeah, get some good food. Have
right.
a nice time. Enjoy the Sixers game, hopefully.
By the way, congratulations to you, intern. You graduated from Stockton.
Yep.
Is it a university?
It is a university.
It used to be. Now it's a
It
university.
is a certified university.
Yeah, finally. I think a couple years before I went there, it was already a university.
It's like maybe like 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have more wisdom now?
The
answer's no.
Yeah, I feel more tired. I feel more a little
Welcome to
sleepy.
adulthood.
Yeah.
All right. Last week, Josh, I had the youth movement in here. We had
Yes, you did.
Danny Ryan. We had the intern Andrew Leeds.
Yep.
They had no emotion. They were not excited.
Hey, I
They
tried.
didn't get me pumped up
Tried.
for the what game was that? That was
That was game 4. I was
game
going.
4.
I went to game 4. Yeah, and
That's right.
it was hard to be excited.
It
but
was
the
hard to
game-
be excited, right? We had a hard time getting motivated.
And that game was
Oh,
phenomenal.
I'm getting the same feeling from you two guys right now. I don't see the enthusiasm. Where's the passion? I see frustration. I see trepidation. I see you guys are unsure of yourselves. I don't see any like we're winning. I nothing out of you guys.
Well, I mean, look, I gave you some of that yesterday. I'll try to give it to you
Give
again
it to me today,
but,
Josh.
Well, look, here's the
Tell
problem.
me why the Sixers are going to win.
The Sixers are going to win because
you picked them in Game 7.
I did. I picked them to win in 7 games. The likelihood of them to shoot 36% again from the field is very low.
Yeah.
And when you this is a make or miss league now. This is not a league of fundamentals. It's not a league of triangle offenses. This is not a league of, Kareem going down the block with the sky hook. It's a totally different world now. This league is all built on guys making or missing.
Okay.
The Boston Celtics are 35-2 when they shoot 40% or better from 3. They're 29-29 when it's under. So when you think about it, literally all the Sixers have to do is make more shots, turn over the ball less, and don't let Boston go off from 3, and you win the game.
Sounds easy, doesn't it, Andrew?
Well, guess what?
Yeah.
It is easy because it's basketball. It's not rocket science. And here's the problem. People like James Harden and Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid, they get all up in their emotions, Billy. But the problem is that this is not rocket science because the problem is that, Billy, you are the voice of the fan. And for you and everyone else listening to us on 97.3 ESPN FM or watching the show on Billy's YouTube channel, The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, or at thelockerroombillyschweim.com or on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, wherever you're consuming the show, when you are watching the game and you see them do something that they shouldn't do, you lose your doggone mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the problem
You
with
saw how
sports.
Carlin yesterday. He got emotional. He said a couple things that
yeah.
Right? Andrew, you are got to be at the same spot. You're like almost, I don't know if you're just tired or you're just not.
Oh, well, I am
not confident.
He's definitely tired.
I'm physically tired. I did not get home till 1:30 last night. I am excited.
But when you came in here, you didn't go Sixers. Like nobody talked about the Sixers. Like,
well, it's tough. I mean, you said that Billy's the voice of the fan. He's also the voice of the stats. And for stats, how about this, Billy? The last time the Sixers won a Game 7 on the road was 41 years ago.
Wow.
And you know who that was against?
Boston Celtics.
The Boston Celtics. That was also the last time the Sixers beat the Celtics in the playoffs in a series.
Wow.
So, if you want to get some excited, there's some of that mojo, random stats nonsense.
I like. How about this stat? You like stats? I got a stat. Let's go
hear it.
Tit for tat here. Ready for this?
Sure.
Game 1, Harden scores 45 points. They win. Then he scores 16 in Game 2. 12 in Game 2, 16 in Game 3, 42 in Game 4, 17 in Game 5, 13 in Game 6. You know what that means? Today's having a big game. If the pattern, if you look at the pattern holds true, 45, 12, 16, 42, 17, 13, that means today he goes 45.
You would think that he's due. I would hope so. I hope Embiid.
Plus, he's had
steps
2
up.
days off. He probably could go to the bar of his choice, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with Harden, and I will disagree with you on this. I don't think you need him to score 35, 45 points to win today. Because
that's the pattern. That's all I'm just saying.
Well, listen, patterns can be broken because outside of the 2 games they won, he scored 40. The other game they won, he scored 17. The only commonality in all the games they have won is that Harden has never had more than 3 turnovers in any of those wins. You go through the entire postseason.
Okay,
this
so
year,
you're looking at turnovers.
Well, because turnovers, you are the primary ball handler.
That's right.
So you can't give the.
And by the way, Maxey, he acquiesced to Maxey. Maxey started bringing the ball up in game 6.
Well, I mean, listen, they need to have more balance in the ball handling because you can't name a team that's won a championship in the last decade plus that didn't have 2 ball handlers on the team.
Yeah. And speaking of patterns that we want to be broken, as Josh mentioned, I mean, Doc Rivers, he's lost his last 4 game 7s. He's lost more game 7s
It's a
than any head
fraudulent
coach.
stat.
It's a fraudulent stat.
It's a fraudulent stat.
6 and 9 in game 7s, Josh.
That's a more accurate stat.
That's the more accurate.
But the reason why I call it a fraudulent stat because it is a real stat.
Because don't you want to know what he's done recently?
No, because
No?
I know what
I disagree with you.
I know
Josh.
what he
What
did
have you
recently.
done for me recently?
Okay, one of those games, Ben Simmons was on your team.
Yep.
Another one of those games, Paul George quit on his team because he wanted to get out of the bubble down in Florida. Okay, so 2 of those losses were because he had weak-minded beta male wimps on his team. So I am not counting against Doc Rivers. See, this is like the quarterback conversation in football, Billy. We credit the quarterback with wins and losses.
Quarterback gets all the glory when they win. He gets all the blame when they lose.
But the problem is that if Alshon Jeffrey doesn't drop that ball from Nick Foles in 2018, do the Eagles go back to the Super Bowl?
Is that
maybe?
Was that in was that Minnesota?
That was in New Orleans.
Right?
New Orleans in 2019.
So
2018.
if Alshon Jeffrey had actually done his job, which is catch the ball, or Ben Simmons done his job, which is dunk the ball, or Paul George done his job and not be a beta male wimp down there, then, maybe Doc Rivers' record's different.
All right, let me ask both of you this question. Josh first. Who has more pressure on them today, the Celtics or the Sixers?
Celtics are at home.
Andrew.
I would have to agree. They're the 1 seed. They're the best record in basketball. You got to close it out on
all
home.
the pressure's on the Celtics today.
They have to close it out. Because if they don't,
and they have not played
and
well at home.
Everybody favored the Celtics going into the series. Nobody really gave I mean, some people did, but most people gave the Celtics an easy 6 or 7
There were people
games.
who were saying the Celtics were the best team in basketball this year.
You can make an argument for that.
If you lose, and see, there is the pressure for the Sixers with Joel Embiid. You never made it out of the second round. You got to take that step. But again, it's one of those things where everyone's saying, "Oh, Embiid has to get out of the second round." Nobody's picking him to get out of the second round. So how does that even make any sense?
609-403-0973 is the text board. You want to send us a text message, participate in the show. What do the Sixers need to do to win today on Mother's Day? 609-403-0973. I believe the Celtics are 6.5-point favorites, Josh.
I believe they're 7 actually now.
7 went up to 7.
Last time I saw it was 7. I'll double check.
The Sixers, I agree with you, Josh. Turnovers are a big stat, and it indicates you can't be turning the ball over, especially in a game 7 on the road.
Here is the if you include regular season and postseason, when the Sixers win, they average about 10 turnovers a game as a team.
Right.
When they lose, they average a little over 14 turnovers a game. That 4 turnovers per game is a huge difference.
Yeah, I mean, that's up to 12 points at most off of turnovers, points allowed. I mean, as little as, 0, obviously, but those do make the difference, especially in the playoffs. Any moment counts. I mean, we saw in game 4 when James Harden, Embiid made that last pass for that game winner in overtime. Marcus Smart's shot went in, but it was just a half a second too late. Just the little inches that win you playoff games.
James Harden has been averaging 38.6 minutes a game. Josh, does he need to? Obviously, this is game 7, or he's probably going to see every bit of that.
Probably,
and maybe even more.
But probably 45 minutes.
But his leg. I mean, he when he gets tired, that's when he starts turning the ball over.
It's one of the things he does. Absolutely, I do think that for Harden, he has to start the game like he did game 5 when they were in Boston, which they won, by the way, in Boston.
Right.
He wasn't looking for his shot. He was looking for how the game was flowing.
Does the first 8 minutes of the game, the first period, will that dictate? Like, obviously, they can't get down. They can't get down big in the first. You don't want to be making you have to claw your way back in the game.
Not on the road.
They need to get off to a good start.
They need to get off to a good start, but I don't know if it needs to be a good start in terms of like having the lead. Yeah. I think it needs to be get off to a good start, like not being down like 20.
See, my brother Bob even said, and I think it was game 3 and game 5. With the games that they won, They were trailing 4-5. They were trailing, but they were still in it, like seven points. You know what I mean?
Because the way the NBA is today,
It's runs.
you can get back easily into the game.
Yeah, and then we saw, I mean, I know they came back in game 6, but I mean, they were down by like 12 within the first 5 minutes. And then I think that even though the Sixers did come back and they fought back and forth, that still did definitely hurt coming out so flat in front of your home crowd.
See, the flat thing concerns me more than, the specific score and like halfway through the second quarter, because how you come out of the gates probably is going to dictate how you expend your energy the rest of the game.
Embiid and Harding are turning the ball over more than anybody else on the team.
They have the ball in their hand more than anybody else.
Right.
And that's part of the reason why I keep bringing up turnovers, because if you're going to tell Harden and Embiid to run this pick and roll that they are obsessed with, and if you're going to tell Maxey to be a spot up shooter, then you need the guys who have the ball in their hand, not turn the ball over. I don't think it's that hard of a thing to ask of these guys.
All right, well, we're going to find out sooner than later, because the game tips off at 3:30. I guess coverage starts here at 3 o'clock on 97.3, Josh?
Yes, pregame coverage begins at 3 p.m. thanks to ESPN Radio. Then at 3:30, Tom McGinnis brings you all the action only the way Tom McGinnis can, right here on 97.3.
Are you kidding me?
McGinnis is the best,
He's
man.
the best.
The
Hey,
guy's a damn legend.
For over 83 years, Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need for a successful party. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store. Tell them the Locker Room sent you. Hey, folks, I'm here to tell you about Lavari Seafood Bar and Grill, located on Route 50 and Tuckahoe Road in Petersburg, just 8 minutes over Ocean City's 34th Street Bridge. It's an old school bar, 18 big screen TVs, daily specials. They're open every day at 11 a.m., celebrating 15 years in business. Go down there and say hello to Renee and Kim, the bartenders. Thursday night is wing night, $1 wings, $2.50 domestic drafts. Every Friday night, they have live music. If you want to book a private party, call our good friend Dave Lavari at 609-628-2225. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the Locker Room. Billy Schwein, Josh Hennig, and the intern Andrew Leeds, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Coming up on Monday's show, Sixers, Celtics, the big Game 7. We'll look at it from every single angle. Plus, Phillies weekend out in Colorado. And now we know the Eagles' schedule. What's our favorite games? We'll rank them. Sixers, Celtics, Game 7. The recap right here, Monday.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Pintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
Well, it's a patented key ingredient called Testofen. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. It's backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text ROCK to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text ROCK to 321321. That's ROCK to 321321.
To every woman with a will and a workbench. Every mom with a miter saw she's not afraid to use. Every daughter with a drill and the drive. To the women who get their nail guns together. The ones who are welding the gap. The same ones who DIY like no one's watching. At the Home Depot, we see the potential in you because you see the potential in everything. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
You're listening to The Locker Room Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
Everybody, Philadelphia, 76ers. All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. It's The Locker Room. Billy Schwein, Josh Hennig, the intern Andrew Leeds, and we're getting these guys pumped up for Sixers basketball. Game 7 right here on ESPN. Coverage starts at 3 o'clock. Josh, are you pumped?
I'm ready.
All right, Josh, Andrew, you pumped?
Yeah, I'm pumped. I mean, I'm gonna be working a Taylor Swift show, but I'm pumped.
So what are you gonna have your?
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna.
You want to be able to say it.
Well, doors don't open until 4:30, so I'll probably be able to put some of it on my phone while I'm, getting ready. But I won't really be able to watch. I'll be able to follow it though until probably the fourth quarter. So I'm just have to sit there.
The frustration
anxious.
level is growing. Anxiety for this game.
Your anxiety, your frustration.
But I feel it throughout the whole area because yesterday, in my travels, I mean, people weren't really, talking. You know why? Like when the Phillies were on their roll, it consumed everybody.
Right.
When the Eagles were on their roll, it consumed everybody.
Well, the Eagles consume everybody anyway.
Right, I know.
Yeah.
But I think because of their history, their record, history against the Celtics, their record, I think it's a wait and see.
Sure it is. But I don't think it's wrong to say it's a wait and see. But I do think that for a lot of people, I think part of the problem we have in this fan base is the fact that they've been let down so many times that for some people, it's hard for them to accept anything positive until they're handed it. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying it's the reality of how people feel.
Fans wear their hearts and emotions on their sleeve. And there was an article in today's Inquirer by Gina Hahn, and she's interviewed a bunch of the fans. And this one fan, he can't eat. Another fan can't concentrate at work. Another fan can't sleep. Josh, this is real. This is Game 7. What happens if the Sixers lose today? What's it going to be like here in this area? What's it going to be like for the Sixers in the front office?
Well, what's going to be like in the area?
You saw this Phoenix Suns coach get fired. Here's a guy who was Monty Williams was a two-time
former Sixers assistant.
Two-time coach of the year.
Right.
4 years into his tenure, he gets fired because the Suns don't make it past the semifinals.
Well, it's a little more than that, but I know what you're saying.
It's not his fault that they traded away, like you said yesterday on the show, the Suns traded away half their bench.
Right. They traded away half their depth for one guy, and the gamble didn't work out. So you're right. It is not his fault. I will say that there is something to be said for the fact that Sixer fans and Sixer organization are two different issues here, because the Sixer fan, I mean, they're probably some people are going to need to go to therapy. Let's be realistic. And that's what's going to happen. But with
people going to be going horizontal on the couch, talking to their therapist.
But for the Sixers organization, which is a little different
organization,
story, whatever. It's the idea that's hockey people. In basketball, it's organization, but organization, as you want me to call it, the idea is that they got to make a decision about what makes sense, because we have now seen Mike Budenholzer and Monty Williams. I want to use both those two coaches.
Okay.
They played in the NBA Finals